Christmas miracle.
It's a special holiday episode of Shark Tank.
Nailed it. How did you come up with this idea? Did you have a bad dream?
In the tank, entrepreneurs seek an investment to start, grow, or save their business.
If I have to take out another mortgage on my house, I will.
Wow.
I have rechristed you the Beast.
If the Sharks hear a great idea, they'll invest their own money
What you've done is amazing.
and fight each other for a deal.
You have a history of taking real crap and turning it into gold.
But the entrepreneurs must get the full amount they're asking for, or they'll walk away with nothing.
I'm a creative mind on crack.
I think you have a long way to go.
Maybe you just saved yourself from death.
You gotta leave with a shark.
Let me explain something to you, Mr. Wonderful.
Grrr.
Who are the Sharks? They're self-made business experts worth billions. Kevin O'Leary is a shrewd venture capitalist who made his fortune selling a children's educational company for over $4 billion. Barbara Corcoran went from waiting tables in Manhattan to building the city's premier $2 billion real estate empire. Robert Herjavec, son of an immigrant factory worker, founded one of the world's preeminent cybersecurity firms. Lori Grenier, the queen of QVC, holds over 100 patents and has launched over 400 products, grossing over $500 million in sales. And Mark Cuban, renowned billionaire tech mogul and the outspoken owner of the Dallas Mavericks. First into the tank is what the entrepreneur hopes will be a new addition to an ancient tradition.
Hello, Sharks. My name's Neil Hoffman from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm here asking for $150,000 for 10% of my company. Now, Sharks, think about the holiday season. The smell of Christmas trees is in the air, you hear jingle bells playing on the radio, and you're literally counting down the days until Santa comes to your house. It sounds wonderful, doesn't it? And it is. Unless you're Jewish. Christmas time is the hardest time to be a Jewish child. But just because our religion is over 5,000 years old doesn't mean that we can't add some more Hanukkah to Hanukkah. Introducing the Mensch on a Bench. The Mensch on a Bench is the new Jewish family tradition designed to bring more fun and more memories to your household. Every Mensch on a Bench package comes with a 12-inch Mensch, his very own bench, and a hardcover book that tells the story of Moshe the Mensch. A Mensch is a do-gooder. It's what you want your children to grow up to be. And the Mensch on a Bench will become the centerpiece of your holiday tradition, and will watch over your menorah and hold your shamash or your liter candle. Now, Sharks, I understand you have a lot of places you can put your money this holiday season, but none of them hold a candle to the Mensch on a Bench. So, who wants to get together and make some Menches?
Well, how did you come up with this idea?
So, I am part of an interfaith marriage, and we go through the December dilemma every year. We're raising the boys Jewish, and we were walking through a store, and my son asked for an elf on a shelf, and I said, dude, we're Jews. We don't do elves on shelves. Dude! Okay, we do Menches on benches. And the idea just hit me like lightning. So I went back, I wrote the story of why would you need the Mensch, and each night in the story, we introduced a different Jewish tradition. So the Jewish community is really behind this. It's an educational tool. Can I see the packages? I don't want to sell a seasonal product, I want to sell a seasonal brand. And I'm a huge fan of yours, Kevin, and I know some of the things you hate. You hate inventory.
He hates everything, Neil.
But Neil, you know there's an inventory issue because you have to have the product there for those that want to buy it, but you've got to guesstimate, right, how many are going to be there to buy it. So what I've done with the retailers this year is they are buying it FOB China, so the retailers take possession of all the inventory. We're not taking the risk on the inventory.
Well, tell us about sales last year versus who's going to play with you this year.
Sure. A little bit about myself. I'm a former Hasbro toy executive.
Ooh.
I'm not just a crazy Jewish guy coming out here.
So you're still working?
Part-time, I work 3 days a week. I do 2 days on bench. I'm ready, if I get a deal today, to quit my job and do this full-time. So we created it, raised $22,000 on Kickstarter, and I told my wife, let's make 1,000. So I sold my full 1,000 I made, and then sold another pre-orders for another 1,000.
Neil, what did you sell them for, and what did they cost?
They cost $7.45 to make.
What do the retailers sell them for?
The big box will be out at $29.99, and the specialty will be at $34.99. This year, we will be in Bed Bath & Beyond, Target, Barnes & Nobles, Michaels, Toys R Us. We are going to do $930,000 in sales this year on 60,000 units. So we anticipate making $250,000 in profit.
Can we see the book that's inside the package, Neil?
He needs to be good looking.
He is a scary-looking guy, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, definitely.
He's not a fun-looking guy.
He's
It's not like
fun.
Santa's a good-looking guy.
you take him out of the package and he is on his bench already.
Absolutely.
So Neil, you're asking for a value from me as a shark that anticipates you'll be successful going beyond mention of bench skew, that somehow it's going to grow into a brand. And I think that's where I'm having a little challenge with the leap of faith.
Even if we just grow the Mensch on a Bench brand and we drive down the cost of goods 10%, we can make $500,000 in profit next year.
What would you do with the $150,000 to continue to develop it?
I think for next year, developing an app.
An app?
Have you seen Elf Yourself? The app where you put your face?
But you know what? The company that developed it spends millions of dollars on that. I know the guys behind that.
I guess what you're telling me is you just want to use the money for marketing.
Well, I think the marketing is taking care of itself. What I want to do is figure out ways to expand the IP. There's not an IP in the Jewish community. There's Frosty, there's Rudolph, there's elves, and that's what I want to develop.
And Neil, it seems you want to take your potential $250,000 to $500,000 in profit and put it into a whole bunch of enterprises that may not have anywhere near the metrics of success that this thing seems to already have. I don't buy into that. I think what you should be doing is not quitting your day job, calling this what it is, a unique hobby for a couple of months of the year, and trying to extract out of it the next few years $1 million for you. I don't really see it as an investment. I don't see Mensch on a Bench being a $10 million toy. I really don't. And look, I come from your space.
Sure.
I worked at Mattel for a while. What you've done is remarkable, just getting a plush into retail. But I'm not buying into the big, Menschy, the reindeer and apps and all that stuff. I'm not there for that. I'm out.
Okay. My issue right now, we keep on asking you how you're going to turn it into a company, and you keep on talking about wanting to have IP. It seems like you want to grow yourself into bankruptcy. It's great to have big ambitions, but you got to get there. You've got the cart before the horse. I'm out.
Okay.
Neil, you know, the creation community is very akin to the Jewish community. I love the idea.
Thank you.
I think you have to continue to extend it. I think that the other things you try to throw at us might be 3-4 years in the future. I think between now and then, you've got to build out the infrastructure.
Okay.
But I like that path. I want to maximize the sales for this for that holiday season. You know, there's an old Yiddish saying that says, how it begins is how it ends. It's selling very well. Let's keep doing that.
Okay.
Are you open to that?
I am open to that.
So then Robert and I would like to make you an offer, because I love the idea of teaching good values and morals, and I see that there is a need in the marketplace for this. We're going to offer you $150,000, but we want 30%.
You know, I feel like I came in here with a very fair valuation with $1 million in sales coming this year. We're $250,000 profitability this year. We're going to do $500,000 next year. That's without any of the other stuff.
Neil, you got to leave with a shark.
There's 2 sharks. Let me tell you, I mean, I'm in with Lori on that.
Yep.
I'd love to be part of the deal. There is a lot of risk. I mean, I think you know that. I think it's a fair valuation, assuming nothing changes. I think we haven't really articulated how you're going to grow the brand.
Here would be my counter offer to you, because I understand that there's some risk to you. $150,000 for 15%, and I will personally guarantee your $150,000 back in 3 years. Personally. If I have to take out another mortgage on my house to give that to you, I will.
Wow.
No, I would put that into the contract,
Neil,
make
that's
it
not going to be
risk-free.
necessary because I'm going to give you a better offer.
Two sharks are out. Neil has an offer on the table from Lori and Robert for $150,000 for 30% of Mensch on a Bench. But Barbara may outdo their offer.
I'm going to give you $150,000 for 20%. It's a lot better. I don't need your guarantees, but it comes with a couple of contingencies that I think would actually help your product. I look at this book and I see a friendly guy with an adorable face. I look at your doll and I see a nervous old man.
Okay.
2 totally different faces. The contingencies are that we can redraw his face so that he actually looks friendly and huggable, because he doesn't. Right? He looks dusty, like I want to retire him.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good
And
point.
also, when I look through your book, it ends with 10 rules.
Yep.
Kids hate rules. It's such a negative note that I have the ability to rewrite the book.
By the time Barbara's finished, the Mensch is going to be Catholic.
Those are
My wife is Catholic, so that's wonderful.
I think you've gone in a good direction with the book. With all due respect to Barbara, I mean, you can't rewrite the entire thing. Something's working.
Just
right? I mean,
change it a bit.
I think she has a great point with the face. The guy in the book is very jovial.
Mm-hmm.
The doll guy is a little...
We can work on that.
Yeah, we can work on that.
What a creative idea. Thank you, Robert.
Your counter, Neil, was $150,000 or 15%?
With guaranteed payback over 3 years.
Done.
Done.
There you go.
There you go.
Come on in.
Muzzle toss.
Thank you guys very much.
Do we get to keep the big eye?
There you go.
Thank you.
I'm going in Monday. I'm quitting my job, and I'm a full-time Mensch on the Bench employee. So I could not be happier.
In Season 5, Maury Shawakey made a deal with Damon John for his interfaith holiday product, the Hanukkah Tree Topper.
Kiss me.
Let's see what he's up to now.
Partnering with Damon was the best thing I could have ever done for my business.
What's up, Mark? What's up?
Oh, great to see you, buddy. Damon immediately saw my product and brand as a valuable licensing opportunity.
Kurt Adler's handling everything for us. This is a licensing dream come true.
Within weeks of doing our deal, we closed a big licensing deal with Kurt S. Adler. They are one of the largest importers and distributors of holiday decorations in the industry.
You have to see the showroom. It's like Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory meets Christmas. Come on. I mean, you're going to love this thing. Here it is. Look at this.
Wow. The Kurt S. Adler showroom has got to be one of the most impressive things I've ever seen.
You have a good feeling. This is the Hanukkah tree topper area.
And then to see my Hanukkah tree toppers up there, it's a surreal experience.
Wow, look, it's Christmas. Howard.
Hey, nice to see you again.
Curtis Adler already sells to all the big box chains, so they've taken out all the hassle for us.
We've had a great response this year from your product. We expect it to continue.
Without licensing agreement, they've already taken the Hanukkah tree topper into Toys R Us, and they're expanding our footprint in Bed Bath & Beyond.
And here's some things for our 2015 catalog.
They've taken over design, manufacturing, advertising, you name it, they're doing it. And Maury and I get a royalty off of every Hanukkah tree topper they sell.
Now I get to think about what's next. Before airing on Shark Tank, it took 3 years to reach $150,000 in sales. Since making a deal on Shark Tank 1 year ago, we've already doubled our sales to $300,000. We're becoming a household name in the ornament business and making interfaith families all over the country smile.
In the spirit of giving, Maury and I decided to make a donation to Toys and Tots because every child deserves to be able to enjoy the holidays.
Next into the tank is an easier way to add sparkle to the holidays.
Hello, Sharks. My name is Nathan Schaefer, and I'm from Henderson, Nevada. My company is Eavesdrop, and I'm seeking $75,000 in exchange for 20% equity. Can any of you think of someone you know who loves hanging Christmas lights? I doubt it. It's a seriously tedious task. First, you have to go drag out all the stuff, right? Does this look familiar? Then you gotta scale up a rickety ladder and dangle from the side of your roof. Just trying to install these things. It takes forever just to take them down a few short weeks later. If only there was a better way, right? Introducing Eavesdrop. Once you hang your Christmas lights with Eavesdrop, you don't have to do it again year after year. Eavesdrop is the only product on the market which allows you to quickly move your lights from storage mode to display mode. Let me show you how. And when the season's over, no big deal. You can put away those lights faster than it takes to polish off a glass of Aunt Edna's eggnog. Observe. Nailed it. So which of you sharks would like to partner with me and help America spend less time decorating and more time enjoying the holidays with Eavesdrop?
Nathan, tell me how it works.
So I built this display to open up so that it could fan out and we could show you guys basically how it works. This cap spins off. It has a groove. You place the light through the groove and then you spin the cap down. It applies just a little pressure, push it against the base, which holds it in place. If you want to lower it, quarter twist, lowers it.
So you still have to get up on the ladder to raise the lights up.
That's our second SKU that we're putting into stores, and that's called the Eavesdrop Pull Adapter. So you just cap it, you're standing on the ground, you give it a quarter twist, and then it can come down, quarter twist back, and it stays.
So Nathan, that's part of the deal, that pole, or you pay extra for that?
You pay extra, it's a separate SKU.
Give us your numbers, Nathan.
Sales to date are $4,500.
Oh my God.
You mean for the day today?
Lights out.
Yeah, that doesn't include any pending purchase orders.
How long was that period for the $4,500?
Well, there's an explanation for that. There's a reason that those numbers.
Always is.
That money was actually raised via Kickstarter, a campaign that I threw just after the Christmas season, just to help get some money to help offset some of my production costs, right? So from there, I took that money and I helped to produce some of the molds that I would need to make my parts. So I did that overseas. The parts haven't yet arrived, which is why the sales are the way that they are, to be honest with you.
Nathan, it'll be a good idea for you to hand out the packaging so we can see it and get our hands on it.
Oh, so this is the product.
How much does this retail for?
$9.99
And that
for the light
retails
hangers.
for?
$3.99. And that's for now.
Nathan, how many of these do I need for an average home?
About 5 packs.
That's not cheap. That's $40 or $50.
It's $40 or $50. It's a one-time expense rather than buying clips year after year, because you guys know those don't last.
Nathan, when we had our Christmas lights up and my mother went whole hog putting them on our ugly little house, it was the high point of her year.
Yeah.
Sadly for you, she had a better idea. She drove 2 sets of nails behind the eaves. And when it was Christmas time, she dropped the lights down to the lower set. And when Christmas was over, she lifted them up to the higher set.
Did your mom need a job?
Wait a second. Nathan, we've got to litigate Barb.
You know what, Nathan? Because Barb's mom was smarter than you, I'm out.
Oh.
Thank you, Mark.
Are you working this full time or do you have another good paying job?
I have another good paying job. I work in outside sales. I sell janitorial and sanitary products. I'm actually very successful in sales.
Look, let me clear the field. I hate this idea a lot. It's very seasonal. I think retail is going to be very challenging. And because I hate it so much, I'm out.
Thank you, Ken.
Nathan, where are you in terms of the business?
Right now, I am waiting for my inventory to arrive.
How much inventory have you bought?
$30,000.
Okay, and do you have any of it pre-sold?
Yes, I do. I have POs to go into a couple different chains of stores. The total POs at this point are $3,500. It's going to 12 different stores.
I'm not as good at math as Barbara, but you have 30,000 you've bought, and you've only sold 3,500.
Why did you order so much at one time without having purchase orders?
I'm
I guess that's the
anticipating the
confusing
Christmas season, and I actually did get approached by Sky Mall. They were interested. They vetted it. They wanted it in their Christmas catalog. I actually ended up deciding not to do it because I only had enough money to buy the 30,000 in inventory, and to be honest with you, I know I'm going to sell it at a higher margin elsewhere.
But wait a minute,
my friend, Nathan. Okay,
Once you factor in the co-op.
Nathan. Rule number 1:
Yes.
When you're starting out, never sneer at an order, my friend.
Yes.
The sales guy in me really gets irritable when someone turns down an order from anyone. I'm out.
That's fine, Robert. The reason I did
But
that
does
is
that
because
bother you that he just dropped out? You just kept going on. Not even a pause.
I want to partner with the person that believes in me and the product.
I'd like to address you.
Yes.
You're not persuasive.
Is that
I
right?
think yes, very much so.
I am
think
the salesman of the year for my company.
Well-
I have been 2 straight years, but I have a full-time job. I have 4 kids at home and my wife, and I have a lot of responsibilities. I don't mean for that to be an excuse.
But I mistrust your judgment. I think every great entrepreneur has to be a great salesman to get their products sold, but they also have to have innate judgment of what to spend, what to order, when to hold back, when to push forward. I'm not so sure you've got that.
I will tell you that I project all the time with my numbers. I'm in sales, and I hit my numbers every
Projected
time.
wrongly on your own business.
I believe I did not. That's what the next 8 weeks are for. I have 65 displays coming. I'm planning on placing all 65. I'm planning on selling it online, and the margin online is 80%. I have an e-commerce site set up, all ready to go. I have Amazon with the products loaded. I'm just going to go
Eric,
live
you're
with
selling
it.
me now. You know that? For the first time I'm seeing the salesman. Baby, you just saved yourself from death. Let me think about this.
Really? What are you going to do, Laura? You have a history of taking real crap and turning it into gold.
Thank you, Kevin. Wow.
Nathan, I think it has potential at some point down the road to maybe be a hero. Right now, I think it's very challenging. I think you have a long way to go with the packaging, the display, and getting out there. And so, for that reason, I'm out.
Thank you.
Okay, now, down to one shark, Barbara.
On the one hand, I see a lovely guy that says he can sell, and I saw a little bit of it.
I can sell.
Right? On the other hand, I don't think your product sells itself, even if you could get in the door. So unfortunately, I'm out.
Thank you.
Good luck, Nathan.
Thank you very much,
Good
you guys.
luck.
Have a good one. It's kind of interesting because for the last year, I've been wanting to make it onto Shark Tank. I've wanted to be in the tank. And then when you're in the tank, you want nothing more to just get out of the tank.
Next into the tank is a product invented by a teenager to solve a problem she had at home.
Hello, my name is Andrea Tsao, and I'm 13 years old.
Hello, my name's Hong. I'm Andrea's mom. We are from San Luis Obispo, California.
We are the creators of the Q-Flex.
We are seeking $20,000 in exchange for 20% of our company. I'm a nurse. I have to work long hours. And after one whole day, work on my feet, I come home so sore I can barely move.
And guess who she turned to? That's right, me.
I will beg Andrea to massage my back for me.
And I love my mom, but I was getting really tired of that. So I started wondering, was there any inexpensive, effective way for her to do this herself? There wasn't. So that's when we decided to become entrepreneurs and make one ourselves. We spent months drawing out, planning, and testing it to perfection, and finally, the Q-Flex was born. The Q-Flex is a personal acupressure system that is designed to be used on your sore spots and knotted muscles to relieve tension and pain. This awesome product can give you a really nice massage without those huge, scary massage chairs and without going to a professional massage parlor and making your wallet sore too. I mean, you're already sore enough. And the best part is that you can take the Q-Flex anywhere with you because it's so lightweight and portable. Sharks, with 65 million people suffering from back pain alone, there's a huge market for this. And you know what that means? Cha-ching. So Sharks, come with us and let's flex our way to success. I have some samples to pass out for you guys.
Great. Andrea, I think you're lying to us.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's no way you're 13.
No kidding.
Oh.
Yeah, you came
Very
across
impressive.
that
Very
was
impressive.
a fantastic presentation.
Thank you. Here you go.
Thank you. So once you get back to, I'm going to ask you how we use it, but I'm assuming I just kind of like beat Lori on the back a little bit. But you know what? Do you like it?
So tell me how it works.
Okay, so first you're going to grip the cushion grip, and then you're going to put the tip of the Q-Flex on the area that is sore, and then you're going to pull and release and pull and release. You do that a couple times, and then that's it. You're done.
That's it?
So the idea...
Actually, it feels pretty good.
Let me tell you, it feels fabulous.
Thank you.
Have you sold any of these?
Yes, I've sold 800.
800.
800?
And
Yeah.
where were you selling them?
I go door to door selling them in my
Good for you. Yeah, I love that. Bam!
And from there, word of mouth spreads. Their friends come and buy them from us, and then they
How much
tell
do you
their
sell
friends.
them for?
From $25 to $36.
And how much do they cost to make?
$4.50.
Yeah, capitalist is born.
36. Do you make them here in the United States?
Yes, we do.
And do you have a website where you can buy them?
We're currently working on that.
Andrea, do you have a patent on it or anything?
We are working with an attorney to file for a patent.
Patent attorney is very expensive.
Andrea, fantastic job on the presentation.
Thank you.
I can't tell you in the 6 seasons how many people stand exactly where you're standing, and we ask them, do you have any sales? And they come up with a million excuses, and you simply went out, knocked door to door, and did it.
And just crushed it.
Absolutely
Crushed it.
fantastic.
Thank you.
Here's the challenge. I don't usually ask this question, but what's there to stop somebody from knocking you off on it?
Well, we've worked very hard on creating the right angle, and we actually are the only product that uses a solid, specially formulated bulletproof plastic, which gives the right amount of flex combined with the angle.
Do you have any research that says this works well or is certified or anything like that?
Actually, I'm a nurse, and the idea behind this is when our body has pain, blood flow to that problem area. So by stimulating those pressure points, you actually increase the blood flow to the area.
So if you massage the area, you get more blood flow and you get more energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are you going to do with the money?
We would use the money to buy a stainless steel mold so we could make a lot more. And also, we're not just here for
And
the
what would that cost, if you don't mind my asking?
$20,000.
And do you mind if I ask, did you mention earlier how much money you put in the company so far?
We have initially put $10,000 and overall $20,000.
That's a big investment in your 13-year-old daughter, who was probably 12 at the time.
And what were your total sales in dollars?
Around $20,000.
And so you made some good money then. Have you paid your mom back?
We still have a little bit under.
Yeah.
Just a little bit under, so you got most of your money back already.
Yes.
I did.
Oh, I love when that happens. Good for you.
Let me ask you a question. You're 13. You must be in grade 7 or 8?
8, yeah.
Okay, you're in 8th grade, and your mother's a full-time nurse. So which one of you is quitting your job to run Q-Flex?
Her.
Is that right? Because I'm okay with you quitting school. That would show me commitment. And that's the problem. That's the problem with your deal. I mean, you know, it's a product. It's come out of a need and innovation. But to run a business and turn this into a business requires full time.
I could quit because I was an engineer before.
But that doesn't make you a business person, though.
Did you say you were an engineer?
Yes, what is your background?
I was an engineer before.
You were?
And I lost my husband 7 years ago due to a heart attack. So decided to reach out to people, kind of help people directly, and so decided to quit my engineering job and go to nursing school. Now I'm an RN working full time in a hospital. To be honest with you, I don't know the business side. We are here looking for a mentor.
I applaud you to wanting to give back, to be a nurse. I mean, that's phenomenal. It's one of the hardest jobs in the world. But on a day-by-day basis, you know, I can't call you every day and talk about how we're going to sell it.
This is a hobby for your family. It's not a business yet, it's a product. The kid can't quit school. You shouldn't quit your job in the current situation. I don't want to diminish it, but it's, in my view, not investable. I'm out.
I feel so bad saying this. I used to sell a product that was very similar. It had a similar shape. I thought it was a brilliant product. It was a challenging product to sell.
It ended tragically.
I'm not really positive why it didn't work, because I loved it. So, as much as I love you and would love to invest in you, I fear for the product as not being something that we could make successful. So for that reason, I'm out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lori, do you worry that they won't get a patent for it?
I do. I would tell you honestly, I wouldn't spend the money.
Andrea, you know, like everybody up here told you, very, very impressive. I'm not sure I believe in the product as much as I believe in you. So for that reason, I wish you all the best, but I'm out.
Oh, yeah, we'll do all the work. I mean, we run all the operational stuff. We'll do the chatter. We'll do all the cutting. I mean, look, I think you're a great role model. I think with some help, you know, Barbara and I work together well. I can whip up a website and get it up and running.
We're going to make you an offer of $25,000 for 25%. But better than that, we're going to run all the operations for you. The only contingency is you have to be available on call for a sales call. Because you are going to sell like crazy.
Yeah, you are.
Right?
Thank you.
So $25,000 for 25%, ladies. What are you going to do?
Deal.
Deal.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
My pleasure. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you so
Congratulations.
You should be proud.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Congratulations. Thank you. My legs are shaking so much. It doesn't feel real. It feels too good to be true, and we're just so excited to be able to work with Mark and Barbara.
Barbara, I've never seen you look so relaxed.
No, I'm telling you, it took out every bad muscle in my back, just like that.
My name is Trina Barcoris. I'm from Corona Del Mar, California, and I'm the creator of Hoppy Paws. My childhood was difficult, to say the least. My parents split up when my brothers and I were at a very young age, and we were left to fend for ourselves. But it was a positive thing. It gave me the tenacity and strength to fight for everything I have. Because my childhood was so difficult, I want to make sure I do everything I can to make my kids feel loved. I decided I want my children's holidays to be extra special. So I came up with a great idea that got them really excited. It became a family tradition, and now I've decided to turn it into a business. Recently, I got separated, and I found myself on my own again. I look at challenges in life as an opportunity. You can either wallow or you can go out and succeed. Getting a deal with one of the sharks would mean I can share my family's tradition with millions of families everywhere. Hi, Sharks. I'm Trina Barcoris. I'm from Southern California, and my company is Hoppy Paws. I'm here today seeking $50,000 for 10% stake in my company. I've created Hoppy Paws stamping kits as a safe, simple, and inexpensive way to delight children everywhere with proof of a visit by Santa and his reindeer, and many, many more. So, Sharks, let's get you into the holiday spirit. So it's the night before Christmas. Kids are snuggled in bed. Time to prep for St. Nick. I have nothing to dread. I grin to myself like a jolly old elf. Just add water and stamp. Buy them right off the shelf. In the morning I'll wake to squeals of delight. Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Now, which one of you Sharks wants to share my family tradition and hop all the way to the bank with me?
What's the product?
It's actually a stamping kit.
Isn't this what we used to see for Easter? Is this the same brand? It's been around for years?
No, but I have some samples for you.
For painting eggs, you mean?
Yeah.
It has a similar look to the egg painting kit, doesn't it?
It has a similar feel. Mm-hmm. Here you go, Robert.
Thank you.
Here you go, Lori.
Thank you.
Mr. Wonderful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So my stamping kits are comprised, as you can see, of a box, a thermoform tray.
Thank you very much.
Powder that's mixed with water. Simply dip the stamp into the tray and stamp away.
What is it, flour?
No, it's actually super secret powder. It's a food grade product.
Do I just wash it off when I'm done with it?
It's actually biodegradable.
So carpeting,
Cleans up
you
with
could
water.
do it on carpeting.
You could do it on carpeting and vacuum it up.
And so it's a seasonal product. You sell it in once and then it's done.
Absolutely not. I have the Easter Bunny, so we make a little trail. It goes to the child's Easter basket. And then an elf.
I got it. What's the next one?
This is the Tooth Fairy. Children lose 20 teeth.
Oh, you're stretching on that one.
What's your bestseller?
My bestseller? What you're holding right there in your hand, that box came off the press yesterday.
So you're just starting to sell all this now?
This is a startup.
Oh,
Okay, so we can't really ask you what's the most popular because you're just finding out.
Correct. 90 days ago, I went to San Diego with an idea and a very rough prototype.
This all started 90 days ago?
90 days ago. So,
seriously?
Yes. I came up with this idea 20 years ago when my kids were little. I would go through this hour-long process at night before Easter. So people would come by in the morning because I'd have the trails going up my walk, and they'd say, "Where did you get that? I want that for my kids."
Well, what's really interesting is, though, in that fast of a time, you created your packaging, you created your product. I mean, you did a display.
I'm a go-getter. I'm a survivor.
You deserve a lot of credit.
I've been
for
on
that.
my own since I was 16 years old. My mother had me emancipated. She walked into a court of law and said, "I don't want to be responsible for this little girl any longer." I went to Taco Bell. I made burritos for a year and a half till I graduated from high school. I moved to Southern California with $300 in my car, and here I am today. I've sold homes for $4 million. I'm an interior designer, and I'm very successful at everything that I do. I know this is a good idea, and I know it's a great
If you're so
work.
successful, all those things, how do you even have time?
Because I quit all of that to do this.
You
This is
quit
what I do
all of that
full
for-
time.
Whoa.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
believe you.
I believe that.
Well,
Tell
what
us
are you going to sell this for?
Okay, right now, on my first production run, it cost me $2 to make. And the reason I want the $50,000 is because I need to increase my production to 50,000 units so I can get it down to under $1.
What are you going to sell it
Well,
for?
you don't want to do that. You don't want to go out and spend all your money on inventory before you have some
Unless you're willing to
orders.
sell door to door.
Or unless you have a purchase order we haven't heard about.
No, and I'm
what did you
completely
sell?
farming at Michael's right now. I'm going for Walgreens, Walmart.
What do they tell you?
What do they tell me? They haven't told me anything. That box that you're holding in your hand,
Yeah.
I picked that up at 5 o'clock yesterday
So
afternoon.
we don't know. We don't know if any of this is going to sell.
Amen.
Trina, you're going to pay $2 to make it. What are you going to sell it for?
$7.99.
Trina,
Yeah.
just a serious question because I am Mr. Wonderful and I care about Barbara's money.
Okay.
Why do you think it's worth $500,000? Because you're telling me I get 10% for $50,000, including a $500,000 value. You sold nothing. I don't want her to put her money to waste.
Speak for yourself.
You're buying this. I swear you're buying this. So why is it worth
Let me
$500,000?
explain something to you, Mr. Wonderful. I have $105,000 invested in this company.
In
I
90
know I'm
days?
going- In 90 days.
In what?
All of the graphic design, the tooling for the trays, the tooling, the dies to cut foam, all of the
You
printing.
are a machine.
all-
I give you credit. I
Thank
mean,
you.
you are a machine.
The trailer itself, all of it.
You own the
This is-
trailer
You
too?
own the trailer?
This is my trade show booth. This is my, wow, this is my trade show booth.
Trina, look. You are not allowed to call yourself Trina anymore. I have rechristened you the Beast because you are a beast, and I love it. And I wish my salespeople were as focused and as driven and as excited about their
And
vision.
it's crazy.
I'm a go-getter. People love this
Trina,
product.
here's what I love about your pitch. You can't imagine how many people we all meet around the country say, "I want to get on Shark Tank one day." And I say to them, "Why don't you apply?" And you know what they say? "Oh, I'm not ready. I'm going to give myself a couple of years. I'm going to get ready." How often does that happen to you?
All the time.
All the time.
And here you are. You didn't even have anything 90 days ago, and bang, here you are.
Because
The
I
business.
know it's a good idea,
So
and I know people
that's
will
the good
buy
part.
it.
That's the good part. Here's the bad part.
No.
You don't know if people are going to buy it. You're confusing, I don't mean this in a bad way, a family tradition that your kids like with a general market. My opinion is that my kids wouldn't get super excited with prints on the ground. They'd say, "Daddy, why is the carpet dirty?" There are no sales today.
Correct.
My opinion.
One sale 3 days ago.
My opinion is kids aren't going to like it. That's simply my opinion. I might be wrong. For that reason, I'm out.
Okay. Thank you, Robert.
You know, Trina, I always say I can tell instantly if it's a hero or a zero.
And?
I think you're the hero.
Thank you.
I mean, what you've done is amazing. My concern is, to Mark's point about the similarity to the other product we were talking about.
I know what you're referring to, Lori. I wish you could see an Easter egg decorating kit. It may ring a bell for you, but this is completely different. I have my trademark pending. I have my patent pending. I've done my homework in 90 days. I don't sleep, okay? I'm a creative mind on crack.
I believe that.
These two products that I have for Halloween, they glow in the dark at night.
I think that's very clever.
My little leprechaun's going to come with a little green vial of dye that you pour in the toilet, so you know that the leprechaun was there.
That he peed in the toilet?
Yes. Have you never heard that, Barbara? You've never heard that?
I'm Irish. I never heard of it.
You know, it's really funny because you fascinate me. I mean, I'm sitting here a little bit mesmerized by that. I don't know.
I'm so into my kids, and I do everything to make them happy. And I'm telling you, people come to me and they say, "Where can I get this?"
Okay, Trina, let me help you. Let me help you. I am willing to do this because I think I should have a woman with horns in my portfolio. There's no question about it.
No.
Let me help you. I am willing to do this because I think I should have a woman with horns in my portfolio. I'm going to put the first $5,000 up, okay? Against the $50,000 ask. I will partner with any other shark or shark.
I'll match that. I'll do another 5.
You got 10,000. You got 10,000.
I like it. I'm in. 5,000.
And if you and I each give another 5,000,
we need
we're going to be halfway there.
We need 50% of the company. 50%.
How are we going to get that? I need 50% of the company.
I put $105,000 into this in 90 days.
She's already got $100,000 into it. You got to be.
I'm up for 5,000. That's all I'm giving.
Trina, okay, enough.
Good, but
is the Airstream part of the business?
Yes, it is.
And
it's in my
paid
company.
for cash.
It's paid for in cash. Everything in my business is paid for in cash. I don't pay myself. I have no debt. I have no other investors. I own 100% of my company.
Would you consider the possibility of limiting your SKUs? You have 8 SKUs here. I believe there are 3 that are good sellers.
Okay.
Easter Bunny, Santa's Reindeer, and Tooth Fairy to start off with. Okay.
I would, Barbara.
Because it would change the size of your display, which would be an enormous advantage in some of the big box stores.
Right.
I have my entire life done exactly what you're doing for my kids. I would take a spray bottle, okay? I would spray the floor 2 little dots that didn't look as good as this and sprinkle it. Can I tell you, I had the advantage of watching my son respond to it and now my 8-year-old daughter. They go crazy. They follow the tracks. They can't believe it's like proof that Santa Claus exists. I totally know this thing works, and you've done it so much better. So I want 50% of your business for $100,000.
Bam. So basically, you're both putting in the same amount of money.
I'd like to be on equal footing, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because I'm going to work just as hard as you.
Would you consider, if I do get large purchase orders, helping me find a line of credit?
Oh, no problem. I'll give you the line of credit.
Okay.
Purchase orders, I love to fund.
Would you consider 49%, 51%?
As long as you consider that if you get tired of this, that you think of your next 5 ideas, because you're a little machine of ideas.
I have 2 more.
You're the beast.
You're the beast.
And all those ideas are our ideas going forward.
We're equal partners on those new ideas. How's that?
You got it. I love it. You get 51% now. I get 49%. I give you $100,000, but on all future ideas, we're 50-50.
Okay, great. I'm so excited. Yes.
The base
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kevin, you were right. This was a Barbara deal.
I knew it, and I'm so proud to help her. I know she'll give me my 10% for free.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Congratulations.
I have Barbara on my team now. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get started. Tomorrow's the first day of the rest of my life.
How did you know I was going to buy that?
Because you're crazy.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Bring on the cheer.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It's a special holiday episode of Shark Tank.
Nailed it. How did you come up with this idea? Did you have a bad dream?
In the tank, entrepreneurs seek an investment to start, grow, or save their business.
If I have to take out another mortgage on my house, I will.
Wow.
I have rechristened you the Beast.
If the Sharks hear a great idea, they'll invest their own money
What you've done is amazing.
and fight each other for a deal.
You have a history of taking real crap and turning it into gold.
But the entrepreneurs must get the full amount they're asking for, or they'll walk away with nothing.
I'm a creative mind on crack.
I think you have a long way to go.
Maybe you just saved yourself from death.
You gotta leave with a shark.
Let me explain something to you, Mr. Wonderful.
Grr.
Who are the Sharks? They're self-made business experts worth billions. Kevin O'Leary is a shrewd venture capitalist who made his fortune selling a children's educational company for over $4 billion. Barbara Corcoran went from waiting tables in Manhattan to building the city's premier $2 billion real estate empire. Robert Herjavec, son of an immigrant factory worker, founded one of the world's preeminent cybersecurity firms. Lori Grenier, the queen of QVC, holds over 100 patents and has launched over 400 products, grossing over $500 million in sales. And Mark Cuban, renowned billionaire tech mogul and the outspoken owner of the Dallas Mavericks. First into the tank is what the entrepreneur hopes will be a new addition to an ancient tradition.
Hello, Sharks. My name's Neil Hoffman from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm here asking for $150,000 for 10% of my company. Now, Sharks, think about the holiday season. The smell of Christmas trees is in the air, you hear jingle bells playing on the radio, and you're literally counting down the days until Santa comes to your house. It sounds wonderful, doesn't it? And it is. Unless you're Jewish. Christmas time is the hardest time to be a Jewish child. But just because our religion is over 5,000 years old doesn't mean that we can't add some more Hanukkah to Hanukkah. Introducing the Mensch on a Bench. The Mensch on a Bench is the new Jewish family tradition designed to bring more fun and more memories to your household. Every Mensch on a Bench package comes with a 12-inch Mensch, his very own bench, and a hardcover book that tells the story of Moshe the Mensch. A Mensch is a do-gooder. It's what you want your children to grow up to be. And the Mensch on a Bench will become the centerpiece of your holiday tradition and will watch over your menorah and hold your shamash or your liter candle. Now, Sharks, I understand you have a lot of places you can put your money this holiday season, but none of them hold a candle to the Mensch on a Bench. So, who wants to get together and make some Menches?
Well, how did you come up with this idea?
So, I am part of an interfaith marriage, and we go through the December dilemma every year. We're raising the boys Jewish, and we were walking through a store, and my son asked for an elf on a shelf, and I said, dude, we're Jews. We don't do elves on shelves. Dude! Okay, we do Menches on benches. And the idea just hit me like lightning. So I went back, I wrote the story of why would you need the Mensch, and each night in the story, we introduced a different Jewish tradition. So the Jewish community is really behind this. It's an educational tool.
Can I see the packages?
I don't want to sell a seasonal product. I want to sell a seasonal brand. And I'm a huge fan of yours, Kevin, and I know some of the things you hate. You hate inventory.
He hates everything, Neil. But Neil, you know there's an inventory issue because you have to have the product there for those that want to buy it, but you've got to guesstimate, right, how many are going to be there to buy it.
So what I've done with the retailers this year is they are buying it FOB China, so the retailers take possession of all the inventory. We're not taking the risk on the inventory.
Well, tell us about sales last year versus who's going to play with you this year.
Sure. A little bit about myself. I'm a former Hasbro toy executive.
Ooh.
I'm not just a crazy Jewish guy coming out here.
So you're still working?
Part-time. I work 3 days a week. I do 2 days on bench. I'm ready, if I get a deal today, to quit my job and do this full-time. So we created it, raised $22,000 on Kickstarter, and I told my wife, let's make 1,000. So I sold my full 1,000 I made, and then sold another pre-orders for another 1,000.
Neil, what did you sell them for? What did they cost?
They cost $7.45 to make.
What do the retailers sell them for?
The big box will be out at $29.99, and the specialty will be at $34.99. This year, we will be in Bed Bath & Beyond, Target, Barnes & Nobles, Michaels, Toys R Us. We are going to do $930,000 in sales this year on 60,000 units. So we anticipate making $250,000 in profit.
Can we see the book that's inside the package, Neil?
He needs to be good looking.
He is a scary-looking guy, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, definitely.
He's not a fun-looking guy.
It's not like Santa's a good-looking guy.
You take him out of the package and he is on his bench already.
Absolutely.
So Neil, you're asking for a value from me as a shark that anticipates you'll be successful going beyond mention of bench SKU, that somehow it's going to grow into a brand. And I think that's where I'm having a little challenge with the leap of faith.
Even if we just grow the Mensch on a Bench brand and we drive down the cost of goods 10%, we can make $500,000 in profit next year.
What would you do with the $150,000 to continue to develop it?
I think for next year, developing an app.
An app?
Have you seen Elf Yourself? The app where you put your face?
Yeah, but you know what? The company that developed it spends millions of dollars on that. I know the guys behind that.
I guess what you're telling me is you just want to use the money for marketing.
Well, I think the marketing is taking care of itself. What I want to do is figure out ways to expand the IP. There's not an IP in the Jewish community. There's Frosty, there's Rudolph, there's elves, and that's what I want to develop.
Neil, it seems you want to take your potential 250 to 500,000 in profit and put it into a whole bunch of enterprises that may not have anywhere near the metrics of success that this thing seems to already have. I don't buy into that. I think what you should be doing is not quitting your day job, calling this what it is, a unique hobby for a couple of months of the year, and trying to extract out of it the next few years $1 million for you. I don't really see it as an investment. I don't see Mensch on a Bench being a $10 million toy. I really don't. And look, I come from your space. Sure. I worked at Mattel for a while. What you've done is remarkable, just getting a plush into retail. But I'm not buying into the big, Menchie, the reindeer and apps and all that stuff. I'm not there for that. I'm out.
Okay. My issue right now, we keep on asking you how you're going to turn it into a company. And you keep on talking about wanting to have IP. It seems like you want to grow yourself into bankruptcy. It's great to have big ambitions, but you got to get there. You've got the cart before the horse. I'm out.
Okay.
Neil, the creation community is very akin to the Jewish community. I love the idea.
Thank you.
I think you have to continue to extend it. I think that the other things you try to throw at us might be 3-4 years in the future. I think between now and then, you've got to build out the infrastructure. Okay. But I like that path. I want to maximize the sales for that holiday season. There's an old Yiddish saying that says, how it begins is how it ends. It's selling very well. Let's keep doing that.
Okay.
Are you open to that?
I am open to that.
So then Robert and I